Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm John Reisinger.
Newsflash, EA is continuing to be EA with the announcement of the Premium Pass for Battlefield 1. Thought it was going to be different? It's not.
No, same old, same old. The company detailed the massive $50 add-on to Battlefield 1 this week, finally giving us a glimpse of what to expect. But some fans are upset because in addition to charging you a lot of money for stuff that we don't have any information for yet, the major Premium Pass content won't even start until next March. 5 months after the game comes out.
And for those hoping that the French and Russian armies, a major part of World War I, would come to the game at a later date for free, nope, that's part of the Premium Pass too. So get ready to pay $50 for the rest of World War I.
It's just a funny sentence. Only EA would consider charging for historical accuracy a premium value, and all of that's in addition to the microtransactions that are already going to be part of the game, as indicated by EA CEO Andrew Wilson back in June.
So what could the Premium Pass possibly include that justifies a $50 purchase in addition to paying $60 for Battlefield 1 in the first place? Judging by the breakdown provided by EA and DICE this week, there actually is quite a bit of content. Whether or not it's enough to justify the $50, you'll have to be the judge.
In all, the Premium Pass includes 4 expansion packs, which is a lot. The first of which will be the French pack named They Shall Not Pass.
Oh, good one.
Okay, that's a reference to the famous Battle of Verdun, one of the largest and longest battles of the First World War, meaning we'll probably see that in the expansion.
While we knew that Russia and France wouldn't be featured heavily in the main game as it focuses on the US, Britain, Austro-Hungarian, Italian, Ottoman, and German armies, it's still, it's a little surprising that the armies are being added through not one DLC pack, but 2 separate ones. Although,
spread it out.
We should have guessed.
Besides the They Shall Not Pass expansion, the other 3 are unannounced, but when you consider the first one isn't out until March 2017, we could be waiting almost a year to play the expansions that we're paying for now. So 4 expansions is good news, but waiting so long to play them all is kind of sucky.
Yeah, however, Premium Pass purchasers do get to play those expansions 2 weeks before everyone else does, for whatever that's worth to people.
2 whole weeks. 2.
Hey, people pay a lot for little tiny windows of exclusivity. Look at what's going on with that PS4 Slim that leaked out. Some stores selling it for the equivalent of $500.
The Premium Pass will also feature 16 new multiplayer maps, although it should be noted that will probably be spread out over who knows how long, rather than being released all at once. According to the data mine of Battlefield 1's alpha, that would bring the total number of maps to 26, considering there seem to be only 10 in the actual game.
So it does double the content, more than double it even. That basically confirms what we reported about the game having paid map packs back in June after some comments made by EA's CEO in an investor briefing. Naturally, the big concern about this is that while it's good to have new content to play, paid maps do tend to fracture a game's player base so that people who don't have it can't play with people who do.
Yeah.
And instead of it being easy to find matches for everyone, it's just sort of which is why you have games like Overwatch, for example, that say we're not going to do that.
Yeah, give it out for free. And if those DLC and map packs are also available as individual separate purchases, that's going to make for even more fracturing with each new release, as it just kind of gets on top of each other. Say somebody only wants to play the Russian DLC but doesn't buy the French DLC. Now there need to be servers that accommodate playlists, including vanilla maps plus France, vanilla maps plus Russia, and all that stuff.
Yeah, this sounds complicated. For even more fracturing, the Premium Pass for Battlefield 1 is also going to feature new game modes and different ways to play, plus new special elite classes for premium purchasers. Again, those things seem like maybe they should be part of a free update to keep people playing the game. New modes and new classes and all that is, that's
how GTA's kept people playing.
Exactly. If you want to keep people playing your game, just give them a little bit here and there, a little bit like this.
Yeah. Lastly, anyone who shells out $50 for the Premium Pass will also get 14 free battle packs, which are the cosmetic microtransaction items available in Battlefield 1. 20 new weapons, new vehicles, and new dog tags.
So all in all, it's a decent amount of content compared to some other season pass or premium passes we've seen in recent years. There is a lot in it, but you do have to wonder how long you'll be waiting until all of it's finally available and whether or not the actual expansions are going to be worth that hefty price tag, since the bulk of the content isn't even detailed yet.
That's double concerning if you were one of the unlucky masses who experienced a ton of problems with Battlefield 4. That game's DLC was delayed just to get the game in working order. DICE has assured Battlefield 1 won't have a buggy launch, but if that happened again, you'd have to wait even longer.
DICE and EA have come under the same type of season pass criticism before, most recently with the release of Star Wars Battlefront and its premium DLC.
When the game launched, the season pass cost $50, just like Battlefield 1. For many, the total $110 price point for the whole enchilada was too much to ask, and the content included in both should have been the content of the main game altogether.
Yeah, and on paper, the content didn't look much different than what's being promoted here. 16 multiplayer maps, 8 new heroes, 4 epic expansions, 20 new weapons and vehicles, and new game modes.
But actually, they're epic.
That's true.
They're
epic
epic.
makes it worth $50.
So all the things being the same, there's no telling if Battlefield 1 will do much of a better job until it's all said and done, which is a major problem that we're running into these days with nebulous season passes.
Like, season passes have always been a little bit iffy when it comes to whether or not you're getting your money's worth from dropping more than the asking price of the game, but at least in the past you generally knew what you were gonna pay for ahead of time. Nowadays, developers don't even pretend to try on that front. They just assure you it's totally gonna be a value.
We're gonna give you something. You should give us money. Ask the Division players how they're feeling about the value of that game's season pass. When it was announced for $40, Ubisoft assured people that it would be worth the money, mostly because of the 3 expansions included: Underground, Survival, and Last Stand.
But at the moment, only one of those expansions has been released at all. Ubisoft announced this week that they'll be delaying Survival and Last Stand in order to spend some time finally addressing community concerns and fixing the game.
Finally.
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah, they're probably too little too late on that front. Now players have no idea when they can expect to actually play the season pass content that they shelled out $40 for back in March.
In other wonky season pass developments, there was also the case of Fallout 4 where they increased the price of the season pass by $20 once they even figured out what they wanted to do and how much that was gonna cost them.
It's like having like a lease agreement and your renter like increasing your rent like
No,
mid-lease.
it's like early access, right? It's like you pay for it when it's like whatever, and then once it's a good game, they charge you more.
Also known as bullshit. So season passes can be a bit of touch and go, yet somehow they continue to be a widespread practice in the industry because for some reason, gamers keep buying them.
It's because look at that. It's like you get less than half the maps if you don't shell out the money. You're not getting France, you're not getting Russia, you're not getting elite classes or a bunch of weapons. The question is whether all that stuff should just be given to players for free. In the end, there's nothing wrong with new content, and you can look at charging players for it because companies do need to keep the lights on. That costs money. But at least be upfront about what it is players are actually going to be getting. How can you say it's worth $50 if you can't even tell people what it is?
What do you guys think of Battlefield's premium pass? Worth $50? Let us know in the comments.
For future updates on Battlefield and other season pass shenanigans, like this video and subscribe to The Know.
Shenanigans.
We invite John to host with us, so he'll bring Bella.
So I bring Bella every time.
Yeah.
National Dog Day.
It's
National Dog Day?
Yeah.
I put a picture of her on Twitter.
Aw, Bella! It's your
My
day.
friend's So bad 'cause of these
You don't get the food, Bella. You don't get the food.
That's all Bella ever cares about with this office.
Yeah,
Excessive amount of food.
that's understandable.